Hello, and welcome to today's episode of Behind the Scenes. And we are going to be talking about wow, we're going to be talking about what are the 5 whys in lean methodology. And so, if you're not sure what lean methodology is, or if you're not familiar with that term, this is a methodology that is focused on and talked about a lot in production businesses, but in elf operations, we work with a lot of teams that are service-based or remote teams that we apply this methodology to, and its focus is on reducing waste and improving efficiency in the interest of providing more value to its customers. So if you hear me talk about a customer first approach, this is where we're pulling that from. I look at all my clients' businesses in this way. We want to make sure that the steps and the processes and the systems we're putting in place is always in service and in adding value to the customers. My focus is not about, and your focus shouldn't be either, of what's the new shiny object on the market. Is this software going to work for me? Is it going to integrate? Is it in my price point? Is it actually helping us move further along in our business? And is it adding value to our customers? It is a way to help you build a smarter, healthier, sustainable business. It's a management approach that you can optimize any system with this methodology. I don't know why my phone keeps doing that. It's really annoying. I had a call earlier and it kept going off about Google, and it's really annoying, but not to get distracted or go down a rabbit hole, but that was annoying me. So the lean methodology, if you've heard about it, I'm going to be recording another video about that here shortly on lean principles. It's a huge basis. So lean and continuous improvement are some of the big, continuous improvement is a principle within lean, but those are big frameworks and aspects that are used within my simple ops framework. The I in the simple is improvement. So we apply a lot of continuous improvement principles to the businesses that we're working with. The 5 whys of lean. So now that we kind of know what lean is, if you didn't know what it was before, it is an amazing way to help you run your business, and it's really focused on that value. And the 5 whys is an analysis technique that you can do to help with get you down to the root cause of a problem. This is something I think a lot more people should implement into their business, and it's not just for manufacturing or production based. It really focuses on what is the actual problem. There are a lot of times that we see a problem in our business, whether that be with a team member or with a process or technology, and we instantly rush to the most obvious answer, and sometimes we don't do an actual analysis of what is going on and what the actual problem is, because on surface level, you could immediately think, oh, it's my team member doesn't know how to do something, or this tech doesn't work, or this process sucks, or those are just like really simple basic examples of what could be going through your head when this is happening. But with 5 whys, it's a super simple concept that you ask why 5 times to get to the actual root of the problem. And that'll help you move past some of the initial blame. But if there's a problem, we're going to look at, okay, what's happening and why did that happen? And you're going to at least ask 5 times to get to the actual root cause of that problem. Sorry, I've been talking a lot today, so I'm trying to stay hydrated. So if you're not familiar with it, this isn't a concept. So that was originally founded by Toyota Industries in the late 1930s. It is a core principle of lean methodology. that was originally applied to manufacturing. That's where a lot of these principles got their start, was in manufacturing plants, where you need seamless, standardized processes in order to scale and create a huge quantity. But then the problem was we were pumping out a lot of quantity, but not a lot of quality. So how do we produce at a high level without sacrificing quality? And that's the whole basis of continuous improvement, lean, Lean Six Sigma. That's everything that we talk about a lot here at Alpha Operations. And we want to make sure we're focused on how we can help you as customers or other small business owners. How can we help you service as many people as possible that you want to service without letting your quality suffer? And a lot of small business owners are under the impression that it's because they can't let go of control, and that they can't reproduce or replicate the results that the business owner themselves, is getting, and that they don't understand why things are happening. So this is a great example for business owners who are trying to expand. If you're continuously seeing problems arise within your business, I think that you should run this model. You should identify one problem. And now this technique might not work for everything, but it's usually a good basis to start, get to the root problem. So if you have a product issue or a quality issue, that's when you can apply this. If you have a more complex issue that's going on, but most of the small business owners I work with, this is a very effective technique to get to the root cause, and then we can then go into analysis of what needs to be improved. How can we prevent this from happening again? So it is a simple exercise to run, but it's so powerful in the fact that you're able to narrow down which section of your process is actually causing the problem, or if there is a bottleneck, it's going to lead you to that, and or help you identify if it's a personnel problem or a software problem or a process problem. Those are usually the three key areas that we see in small businesses, that the problem lies. Is it a process problem? Is the process flawed? Does the process need improved? Is it a personnel problem? Or is it the software and the tools that are provided? But usually this also, if you're building out a team and you're building out a structure, you don't want to be quick to judge your team members. We want to just get to the true source of the issue, so that we can fix this problem. And then also assign out who, once we identify the problem, how are we going to solve it? Who's going to be like the owner of that fix, that problem solving, who's implementing this, and we can really see the changes that you want to see in your business, because it's better to be aware and be proactive instead of reactive in our businesses. So, sorry, I just lost my place in my notes. So you want to first, to run the model, is identify the singular problem that you are trying to address. For this instance, we'll use a simple example of the problem is there are constant mistakes going out in emails to your list. So I'm going to use a service-based digital marketing example. So there's constant mistakes going out in emails. Why? Why is that happening? Well, the first response probably is someone's not checking it. Okay, why isn't someone checking it? It was never in the process. Well, why was it never in the process? Was it too obvious? So, or was it an oversight that whoever was doing it before didn't need to? Why didn't it get built into the process? Why Was it not thought about? So that's like a very simple example. And again, I could keep going down the path of why, but usually it takes 5 times. Sometimes it could be 4, especially with a simple example like that, and we can fix it. But it's not just like a personnel thing right there. Like initially off the bat, you're going to think, oh, someone didn't check it. Well, why didn't they check it? Why wasn't it built into the process? Was it a like you oversight, or was it a management oversight? And getting those, really uncovering those. Obviously, there are going to be problems that come up in your business that are a little bit more complex and a little bit more in depth. That's why it's going to help you figure out what's truly going on, and not just initially just assigning blame to someone or something, and really identifying and addressing that problem, because you want to get to the point of it becoming non-productive where there is no further answer, or the answer continues to be the same, and then you'll know that you hit your root problem. And then that goes into continuous improvement of how are we going to improve this? And then we start asking those questions of how or what is needed, who's going to own that problem, who is going to be responsible for implementing it, and where are we going to provide a quality check? Because in a lot of companies I work with, those errors are happening and there's no level of extra quality control. So, is someone going to prove it? Are you going to schedule in extra time to have the person do the work and then go back the next day and improve their stuff? Or are you going to have them run it through a grammar checking software if they aren't already? And how can we simplify the process so it reduces the chance of human error? That would be something that we would look at for the example I provided about the email marketing tool, or the email newsletters having errors within the tool. Is it that someone is not confident in their writing, or they're working too fast? Because that could be a thing. If the error was because someone was working too fast, well, why are they working too fast? There's not enough people to support the team. There's too much work, not enough capacity. Well, then we're going to keep digging. So that's like another example of where that whys could go, is that, okay, they made an error and multiple times, and it's a repeating error, but now you're finding out that you don't have enough people on your team. So it's a capacity, like a personnel problem. You need more people to free up the time. Or the solution could be, how can we automate some of these tasks that this person is doing so that we can free up their time and allow it to be more value add to the process. So those are some of the things that we look at when we're doing process mapping, when we're working with clients in our intensives, of when we go to problem solving. Well, why is it like this? Can we get to the root cause? Is there a way that we can help you fix that problem that you haven't thought of? Because that's the nice thing we provide for our clients, is an alternate insight, because we're not so close. So sometimes we can help them get to the root cause of an issue quicker, because we're not tied into the day-to-day. So we can say, hey, from the outside looking in, this doesn't add up, or there could be this happening. Have you thought about it? Or have you tried this? Just to give some examples. But I know this isn't like the best and most fun topic to talk about, but I think as small business owners who maybe are accidental entrepreneurs or visionary entrepreneurs who started their business out of a passion and really didn't think or plan for all the business aspects, this is a great tool to help you as you're growing out and building your teams, as you're implementing new processes and you're looking to scale your business, because there are going to be problems along the way when it comes to your business, and it's just natural. But as a leader, you want to get to the root cause, not just initially cause blame, because that's going to lead to a toxic culture within your work environment. Even if you're a remote team, it's still the remote team still has a culture to it, and people still are connecting, and there's still a precedent. So regardless of you're an in-person or remote team, there is a culture within your business that you want to be promoting and being aware. So if you like this topic, make sure you subscribe so that you can keep getting more of these. We will be doing, let me see. I think I'm going to be doing 2 more behind the scenes topics. Let me see. 1 more. And then we're going to start posting and promoting our Thrive Over Survive series for a month and a half. And then we'll come back to our behind the scenes series. So if there's a topic that you want us to cover specific to operations, lean process improvement, remote team building, drop it in the comments below, and we will add it to our schedule in October because I will be back to recording a ton of content in September to help prep for some time off as I'm getting married at the end of September, and we are very excited. So I'm prepping interviews now and conducting interviews for Thrive Over Survive. So if you do know anyone who would be a great fit for that series or a great fit for behind the scenes, please let me know. Tag them in the comments below. Send them my contact information. You can get a hold of me at pretty much any social media platform that's elf_operations or elf operations just by itself. You will be able to find me. And I would love to get you or your connection on to the series to interview them to help shed light of what's going on behind the scenes. Or if you are someone who's building back their life after domestic violence or abuse, they would be a great fit for Thrive Over Survive. And I'm so excited that to be launching this series. It's very dear to me. So I'm excited to, if you are watching this replay, check out the series. I have a couple episodes already up that were live on Instagram that we've put on our YouTube channel now. So if you're also watching the replay, there could be potentially new episodes up. So make sure you check out that playlist on our channel as well. And thank you for tuning in with me today on Behind the Scenes. And until next week, I hope you have a great rest of your week.